So most people think that becoming a landlord means you have to deal with a lot of headaches. I've heard it from people who've transitioned out of real estate and people who just make assumptions. They're like, being a landlord means lots of headaches. And it makes sense. They're thinking roofs fail and boilers blow up and it's just one big disaster and problem after another. But I actually think that the headaches are not from the big things. They're from the collection and assimilation of small problems that truly never stop. The big problems are pretty obvious. When you get to purchase a home, you might have an inspector. Inspection is going to say, hey, the roof is 25 years old, or the boiler is 20 years old. Those are obvious for somebody to catch. Because now you know the age of it, you can guess the expectancy. That means that you can set aside funds and you can plan those out and you can have those funds ready for when it does break. You're not going to know the exact time, but it's much more predictable. That's why I don't think big problems are necessarily the headache. Yes, when a few big problems happen in a row, it is a headache. But in general, that's really not where the headaches come from. So right now, I am in an apartment. I just had a tenant move out, and I now need to go through and see what needs to be fixed. Right off the bat, I see in the one corner there's peeling paint, a bunch of little holes that need to be patched. There's a small drip in the sink, and the toilet flapper's leaking. A bunch of little things. I cannot call a contractor for this because the contractor needs to make it valuable for their time. So they're either going to charge me a half day or a full day, or they're going to push me back on the schedule. It's very common. Contractors are trying to be as efficient as possible. So in situations like that where I might need to get this turned over quickly, I'm the one who's going to have to make these fixes. I'm going to have to replace the flapper, replace the faucet, and patch some walls. Yes, I'm going to save money from the property side, and there are times when money is short and I need to do this. But because I work full time, have a family, friends, and I have some life, I have to find time somewhere in there to do these things. So I have to make the choice, either my time or I'm paying for it. And one of those two has to break. And for this small of an apartment, my time is what broke. That being said, how does one find the time to do these things? Because if you are a landlord, chances are when you're starting off and for quite a while, you're going to be doing this work yourself. It's a constant battle between quickness to turn around or money. So I'll give you an example of how my day looks today. I had some meetings in the morning, but then I had to travel for a 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. meeting. My next meeting was in the same area, but it wasn't until 2:30. So what I did was, because my rental property was only 5 minutes away, after my 1 o'clock meeting, came over here, did some work for about an hour and a half, and then I was able to go to my next meeting after that. I will look at my schedule for the next couple weeks, and I'm going to schedule these in between breaks. It's the only way I can do that without taking away too much time from my family. Yes, I have a flexible job. However, I do still need to put in my time. I need to work later tonight, which is unfortunate. But that's just the reality of being a small-time landlord. So that all being said, how do you manage this time? If you are going to get into real estate investing, if you want to be a landlord, you have to figure out balancing work, family, friends with this work that needs to be done. Even if you hire the contracting work out, all of it, you still need to manage that. You still need to do the accounting, the tenant communication, the text messages, the leasing, tenant showings. There's still some ownership and you need to be involved. So the way I manage this, it's like I said earlier, I'm immediately coming in when a tenant moves out, doing a quick inspection, taking a video, taking voice notes. I speak faster, it's easier than typing. I then prioritize what needs to be done. Then I prioritize what is an emergency or what can I not do myself. Something major and I can't do it myself, I'm going to hire it out. If it's something that's urgent and I can fix it, I'm going to fix it right away. But in general, most things are low priority and not urgent, but they still need to be done. You don't want a tenant moving in and there's gaping holes in the wall or a dripping faucet. Dripping faucet could cost a lot of money in the long run, so you want to take care of that. Then what I'll do with the upcoming weekend, I'm going to go to the hardware store and pre-buy stuff. I do showings before I even fix everything because it's an efficiency thing. For example, this apartment right here, before I fixed anything, I actually did showings. I knew I had a gap. A few days ago, I had a gap in between meetings. I set up showings. When tenants came in, I warned them, like, I'm going to fix a few of these things. Don't worry about it. And nobody has ever had a problem with that. Got to follow through with it. Then I have the next month before they move in, because most tenants are about 30 days out. I then have the next month to fix these things just in between meetings. Even if I only have 30 minutes, that's all the time I get. I am working in that time to get things fixed as quick as possible. The point of this video and my channel is just to peel back the curtain a little bit on what it's like to be a landlord, what it's like to be a rental property owner and manager. It has amazing upsides, but some of the downsides are you're trading time for a lot of things. So anyway, let me know what questions you have. Like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'm hoping that this can help you on your journey.